What's up, champions? Mike here and Pedro. Welcome back to our show. Today we are going to review and test the new Fliteboard Series 2.
Let's do it, Mike.
If you're not living under the rock, you already know that Fliteboard is one of the best efoils out there. It's an elite quality product created by a talented engineer, David, from Australia. David is a passionate surfer, windsurfer, and even world record holder in kite surfing. So Fliteboard is the world's most awarded electric hydrofoil with 6 patents and more pending, and it's the only one that was made from scratch as an efoil. It wasn't like other products where they were attaching the motor to the mast of the foil. This one was created an efoil just from scratch. The main advantage of Fliteboard is so-called unified fuselage. What we have here is a motor that is aligned with the wings, which creates unparalleled stability, speed and reliability. And it really helps you when you're doing fast carving and helps you to learn Fliteboard much easier because it's basically self-balances. How long did it take you to learn Fliteboard, Pedro?
Well, for me, to control it on 100%, it took me like a week. The alignment of the motor with the wing, it's really a big advantage because I've read other brands and you can feel the difference because it's less turbulent and you gain a little bit more in height because the motor it's on the base of the mast and not it's in 2/3, okay?
And I need to add, I tried almost all efoils out there, and when I was learning Fliteboard, it was one of the first efoils that I tried, and I stood up and I didn't fall at all. I was riding on the first try. It was an amazing feeling, and I have no experience whatsoever in kite surfing or foiling. It was completely new experience for me. It was really easy. I was really surprised when we tested it first.
The stability is completely different on this wing.
Yeah. The new Fliteboard Series 2 is coming in 4 different sizes. It's Fliteboard Air, which is 6.0 or 150 liters. It's perfect for beginners and lessons and rentals. Then we have Fliteboard standard size, which we have right now. It's good all-around board, perfect for everybody. If you're starting in efoiling, this is the perfect foil for you. I actually prefer the rigid board to the inflatable. I think it's less wobbly and easier to learn. Then we have the smaller Pro version, which is 5.0 or 67 liters. And finally, the most anticipated one is an Ultra, which is 4.2 or 54 liters, which is just 29 kilograms fully armed. The lightest and basically the smallest.
And with footstraps.
Yeah, and it also has footstraps. That's the most anticipated foil out there right now in the market. Now, before we dive deep into all the features of this board, let's quickly discuss the main differences that we have in Series 2 comparing to the previous original model. What do we have here, Pedro?
Well, externally you can see the difference right here because now you have a series of LEDs that will show up the charge. It will show up the status of the Bluetooth. So you can be riding, you just look back and you'll see how much charge you still got. Opening the edge, you'll see now we only have 2 cables. It's only the plus and minus of the battery, no more data cable, so it's much more simple.
I really love this improvement so far comparing to other efoils where we have a lot of cables, a data cable, then we have a cooling cable. This is really a lot of cables to connect.
Yeah.
And when Fliteboard was creating their product, they were thinking of making a flight box, so all the electronics now are basically inside the foil over here, which it's a flight box that goes inside.
Yeah, it turns in a system much more reliable because there's no much cable, so it's simply the simplest, the best.
Yeah, the less moving parts, the less things to connect, the less chance something breaks. Now Pedro is going to show you a Flitecell, which is an advanced battery or Fliteboard with a battery management system. it comes in two capacities, the Sport and the Explorer battery.
This one is the Explorer. They've got the same sizes, okay, but they are different in the number of cells.
So the small one, Sport, is just 11 kilograms and gives you about 1 hour of riding time, but this one is much better. It's 14 kilograms, but how long have you been riding on it?
For example, now on I'm doing like at least 1.5 hours until 2 hours.
Yeah, that's really impressive improvement.
Really impressive.
In the past I was getting with my original Fliteboard maximum 1 hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, David said that he's using now the rapid discharge cells, so it's an improvement in the batteries.
Here we got the remote control, which has virtual gear system, and it also shows us all the information we need, like the speed, the battery charge, and everything you need to
do. Every information, it's here. I like this remote very much because it's small, it's very ergonomic. It's one thing that I like it very much because it's shorter than your hand, so you never smash your remote into the board. It doesn't smash your board. It's very easy to operate, and it floats.
Yeah. Now let's discuss the mast and the wings. The mast is made of aluminium, which helps you cool down the whole system. That's why you don't need those cooling cables. And it comes in two sizes: 65 centimeters, the short mast which we have right now, and 75 centimeters, which is much better solution if you are already professional. It gives you more room for carving. It gives you more room if you're riding in choppy waters, and you can do sharper turns as well.
Yes, I definitely recommend if you're not a beginner, the longest mast, the 65 mast, the shorter one, for beginners, for schools, and if you really want to learn.
And it's also easier to transport because it fits the car much easier than the longer mast. And speaking of the danger of efoils, this part of the mast and the back of the wings is very sharp, so I would always recommend, if you're getting started, always use the helmet, the life vest. Sometimes I even use gloves so I don't cut my hands when I'm learning, and of course the booties. Now let's get to the wings. Here we have the main wing and the stabilizer wing. The main one comes in different sizes, and this is a big innovation in Fliteboard Series 2, which now has a lot of wings. For example, we have Race 700 wing, which is the fastest and gives you up to 50 km per hour. Then we have several flow wings, like Flow 1300, Flow 1100, Flow 900. So basically, the smaller the wing, the harder it is to foil, but the more speed you're going to get. So professionals obviously using the smallest wings, but they're not suitable for beginners. Then we have Flow S 1300, Flow S 1100 and Flow S 900. And what's the difference, Pedro, between Flow and Flow S wings?
Well, actually the Flow S, it's a low aspect ratio.
And of course we have the cruiser wing, which we have right now. It's the biggest one and it's easier for beginners to learn. It really helps you up to lift with no effort whatsoever.
Yes, this one is the cruising, the 1100 centimeters wing. Actually, there is a bigger wing for heavy riders. I think it's not available right now, but it will be next month, I think, and it's 1800 square centimeters.
For each different main wing, we also have 3 different types of the back stabilizer wing. So for the big one, we have 500 stabilizer wing for schools and beginners. Then we have Flow 250 stabilizer wing for surfing, and of course for racing we have Race 200 stabilizer wing. This is all the new edition of Fliteboard Series 2.
Many to choose.
And of course we should mention there is a special little thing here called shim. There are different types of shims, like 1, 2, 3 and even 0. Do they have negative shims?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
People are doing it, but
basically what shim is doing is changing the angle of attack of the stabilizer wing and helps you modify the nose of the board. So this is really for advanced riders to change the shim, and then you can change the style of your ride. We had a video that we made with Julian last year who explained everything about the shims, so check it out on our channel. I'll put in the description below. And finally, here we got the new propeller that comes with Fliteboard Series 2. It can be in different types. For example, this is standard one, comes with prop guard, which helps you protect yourself from the propeller. It's great for beginners, however it limits your speed. So if you are like Pedro, who is going to race on efoils, you're definitely going to remove the prop guard. And I heard on Series 2 it's much easier, Pedro.
Yes, now the new system is very easy to dismount the prop guard and to mount what they call the pro cone that allows the propeller to be more efficient. And next month we will be available to the True Glide propeller. That is a propeller made for surf that freely turns, and it's perfect for free gliding.
Yeah, I saw the video that David made. Basically you're going to release your throttle and it goes like on neutral, and then you can surf the waves without any drag from the propeller. Really cool stuff.
Yes, I'm anxious to try it.
There you have it, guys. Here are all the amazing features of the new Fliteboard Series 2. I hope you enjoy our quick review, and I cannot wait to get back to the water. And of course I should mention the new Fliteboard app, which lets you configure, update the system, and also check your past ride and relive your memories.
Yes, everything in one app.
Okay, exciting stuff. Let's get to the water.
Let's go to the water,
you
Mike.
Need to say. You need to say. Our video wouldn't be full if we didn't try Fliteboard ULTRA, and here we have not just one but two new Fliteboard Series 2, Fliteboard ULTRA and the inflatable one. So Pedro, explain the difference.
Well, as you can see, this is the new Series 2 Air. This here, it's a shorter board, it's 6.0. It has like a stable platform, it's rigid, and all the part around it's inflatable. It's a perfect board for lessons, to learn to efoil, to have it on your boat, because you never scratch the hull. This model it's equipped with the small mast. It's a 60 centimeter mast, so you don't hurt yourself when you fall. It comes with a cruiser wing. It's a very stable wing to learn, and I really love this board because there's much volume on the front. It has 150 liters, and you can have your backpack on the front. You can take your snorkeling gear, your lunch, everything, and you go for a ride.
Perfect board for beginners, flight schools, or even if you ride together with your kid or even with your dog. You can put everybody on this board and have fun. Very good board to get started, but for professional rider it's way too big, it's way too wobbly, and I definitely look into Fliteboard ULTRA. Okay, let's get to it. Tell me, Pedro, your experience so far. It's very important to mention you got the new footstraps.
Yes, this is the new Ultra. The footstraps are not installed yet because I'm still studying the sweet spot of this board.
It's very important to say that all flight boards are interchangeable, so you can take a flight box from this board, put it here, put it in Pro board or standard one, and you don't need to buy all the wings again, all the mast. It's pretty much interchangeable. It's main advantage of flight board. And again, you have all the features of Fliteboard Series 2. The lights, the attachment of the leash, you can put the coiled leash if you use it in the waves. All the great features are here as well. A great board, I cannot wait to finally try it in the water. We already unboxed the black version, but this one is even better. It's silver one, so it's much more sleek looking, and I really cannot wait to try it in the water.
So it's ready. Mike, let's go to the water.
Let's go.
Let me show you my first ever ride on Ultra. The board is very small and quite difficult to get started. You go on knees and then you keep the balance, start planing and stand up. And here you go. We are flying just like that.
Here you go, guys. Finally it happened. I'm riding Fliteboard ULTRA. Look, guys, how noiseless they are. We can even have a conversation. And if you never tried efoiling before, make sure to take a lesson and give it a go. It will definitely put a smile on your face. Here we got all the boards, the standard, the pro, and finally the best toy of the day, your favorite baby, Fliteboard ULTRA. Tell me, Pedro, what's the difference? How was it for you to stay on this board?
Yes, this is my new passion, is the Ultra board. A big volume here on the middle section of the board. You can see it more in the water because you'll see here the board is a little bit wider. So it's very easy to take off on it, and it's a very fun board. It's very easy to use.
And which wing are you going to use here?
This wing, now it's mounted. It's the Flow 1100. It's good for waves. It's good for carving. Now I think it's the best all-around wing for the flight boards.
And are you going to install the footstraps?
Yeah, for sure. I'm waiting because they didn't arrive with the board, but I think I'm going to get them next week. Trying to find the sweet spot of the board to mount it on the right place, because you can change the position of the footstraps.
Let's compare Fliteboard Pro against Ultra. A lot of people are asking which board to pick. What's your opinion?
Well, for me, now my favorite, it's the Fliteboard ULTRA. Okay, I'm a good rider.
Just say it. Come on, okay. You're a pro rider.
I ride almost every day, like most of the times twice a day. So for me, and I want to get the smallest board to surf. For me, the best option for me, it's the ULTRA. It's a 4.2, so now it's the smallest efoil in the world. It's very compact, very light. I really like this board. This is the Fliteboard Pro. It's a 5.0. I think it's more easy for the normal rider because it has more volume, and it's an all-around board. Okay, for the people that have a little experience, for sure this is the board to go.
I think it's very important to say that if you've never foiled, first take a lesson and see which board works for you. Don't just buy Ultra right away and expect that it's going to be easy and you're going to be riding like Pedro instantly.
Yes, it's not an easy board. It's not an easy board to ride. It's not an easy board, especially to take off, because it's so small that you have to have some experience to take off on it. Otherwise, the flight board, it's much more easier to take off.
Exactly. You can see analogy with real surfing. When you're learning, you're going to have a big, soft, long board. You're not going to jump on the short board that Kelly Slater is using. So same with here. Just take it easy, step by step, and then you're going to progress very quickly to Ultra. Maybe about a few months of using Pro, you'll be able to upgrade to Ultra, and they are very interchangeable. So you can put the same flight box from one board to another, so you don't need to buy whole thing all over again. It's same battery, same flight board, same wings, same everything basically. Yes,
it's a good thing that Flite has is that it's very modular, so you can just change the board, the mast, or the wings.
Exactly. So I hope it's been helpful for you. Let's keep on riding.
Yeah. Thank you everyone, and Mike, let's go to the water.
There you have it, guys. Fliteboard Series 2. Super fun board, very high quality. I know it's quite overwhelming with so much data and it's hard to choose what board you're going to get. That's why my main advice is to go to your closest flight school or flight board dealer and take a lesson. It will definitely help you to get started and choose the right board. If you're going to do lessons or open your own flight school, you can get a standard version or inflatable one. Those are easiest to get started. If you're buying for yourself, definitely go for the smaller board, because the big one gets boring quickly. The learning curve is very quick. In just a few hours you're going to be flying. So if you're buying for yourself, get a board like a Pro version or the new Ultra version, which is just 4.2 and just 29 kilograms, the world's smallest and the fastest efoil on the market, which is really fun. Again, for the personal board, I would go for the long 75 centimeter mast, which gives you more room to foil. I would remove the duct guard, which gives you extra speed, and also you can try the new True Glide prop, which is supposed to be super fun on the waves. As for the main wing, definitely get something smaller. Don't get the big cruiser wing. Get flow wing or the race one, which gives you the maximum speed and the most of the fun. And if you never tried efoiling before, definitely go for it. It's one of the best experiences on the water you can have, and it will definitely put a smile on your face. That's all for today, and if you want to learn more about Fliteboard, don't forget to check out my other videos with Fliteboard tips and tricks, Fliteboard unboxing to show you what comes exactly in the box, and of course our interview with the developers, David from Australia, to learn everything about the future of this amazing sport. Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time. Cheers!
Yeah.